Well, moving on to art now, and we're going to talk to one of several artists whose work is currently on show here in London at a major exhibition called Transcending Boundaries. It features the work of some of the top artists from West Africa, as well as that of Adebanji, who's actually from London, but is also a member of Nigeria's Guild of Fine Art. And I'm pleased to say that Adebanji is here with us now. Adebanji, one of the things that strikes me first about your work is the accuracy of it, which I gather comes from your fundamental love of drawing.
Definitely. I love drawing. In fact, I call myself an addictive drawer, an addictive sketcher. You see me drawing on London Transport every single day. It's madness, but I do it and I love it. So
I'm surprised that you actually didn't come into the studio with your sketchbook, because, I mean, what could be a better view than this? This is like catnip to you, this view.
I looked at that and I'm saying, I need to talk to someone in this building and get up to the 17th floor and paint from this place. I love it. It's just great.
Is it sketching or is it sketches of London? Because your work's full of London transport signs, tube signs, double-decker buses.
Yep. Basically, my main focus is people and places. So in London, it would be the people and the places in London. So everything about London, the people and the places, is what I will focus on.
I mean, the image we've got behind you actually looks like the corner of Trafalgar Square. It's the one with the people at the traffic crossing. So
that's actually the one with the people traffic crossing. That one would be at Holborn. Just around Holborn, High Holborn, going to Southampton Row.
I know.
That area where the 68 bus goes all the way from Euston down to South London.
Now we've got the bus number, that's great. Let's talk about African Doll.
Yes.
Let's talk about this. You've got a subject close to home, haven't you?
Yes. Now this is a very specific painting which I conceived about the African child brought up in diaspora. When you get born in diaspora, you're born in London or somewhere in the Western world, you're faced with two different lives to live. Are you going to accept your roots, the African roots, your parents, that culture they've brought you up in, or are you going to adapt that to this Western culture? So, but, you know, you get the Barbies and all that when you're growing up, and you kind of don't identify with the Barbies and all that as an African child, but then that's what's around. So I'm trying to portray something that would say, you know what, as an African child, you can identify yourself and be unique through the African doll. So I've presented this black African doll as something that she can attach herself to and not feel lost in this whole environment where she is born here, but really, is she here? Is she part of this? I leave that for the viewers to decide. So I have her clinching to the doll, but there's a background which shows some divisions which she's not quite sure, will she take it or not.
Is that painting a departure for you? Because mostly you do these kind of, not landscapes exactly, but shots of cities.
Yes, it's part of my people, because it's either I'm focusing on people or places, but this happens to be African people. And I have paintings on that too.
Now, this particular exhibition, Transcending Boundaries,
yes.
This is its third year,
yes.
and you're exhibiting at it. But I mean, in a sense, you kind of embody this whole diaspora thing, because you did go to Nigeria.
Yes.
And so did you feel very British when you were in Nigeria? And then when you came back, so this, you know,
yeah,
very difficult.
There was a little bit of, you know, I was born in 1972. My parents took me back to Nigeria in 1980. I spent the next 19 years in Nigeria. That was really, really where I got my whole induction, as it were. It was a great culture shock, leaving Britain, going to Nigeria. But what it helped me was mentally, and the culture and everything. It just changed my whole perspective about Africa, what I knew before. And I love the tradition. I schooled in Nigeria, which helped me. And most of the people who taught me are in this exhibition. Kolade Oshinowa, Abiodun Olaku, Edosa Ogugo, they're all my teachers. So it's great. It's a dream for me and wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Yep.